Cheat code. Support strategist. By Clouds. My head in the clouds not coming down on AO3. Chapter 81. Blackout. Izuku knew that something was wrong as soon as the power went out. He waited for the backup generators to kick in, but when nothing happened, he immediately kicked into action. He tried to check the cameras, but without the power from the grid or the generators, they were still offline. They would still have visual on the students from the little spider bots that May had created, if his computer hadn't been affected by the blackout. That was bad. This was very, very bad. May? Izuku asked. What would cause a critical failure like this? Sabotage, May answered grimly. Someone would have to destroy or disable every single backup generator, and the backups to the backups before cutting the power to get it to go out like this. So, this is an attack. Izuku took a deep breath. How soon can we have the power back online? Give me 5 minutes. May was already grabbing her tools. Maybe 10 if I run into trouble. Izuku nodded. I need to track down my laptop. I'll try to find some students and have them guard you. Our highest priorities are to get the power back online and probably find Uraraka, since she'll make communication easier. His phone buzzed in his pocket, and he frowned as he looked at the message, who it was from. Why is Kaminari of all people texting me? There was an image attached, and Izuku clicked on it hesitantly, expecting a meme, not a photo of Hitoshi tangled in Mineta's purple balls, and one of the back hallways of UA. His mouth went dry. Never mind, Izuku swallowed. Priorities change. And then they heard something crash. Mina hurried down the hall, looking for any one of her classmates. She'd gotten separated from her partner by some of the 1B students with creepy quirks and hadn't been too concerned about it. But then the lights went out. So it was just her, acid skating down the hall in almost pitch black darkness. She heard a large crash and pushed herself even faster. She saw an odd shape moving away from her and thought the darkness, and called out. Hey, wait up! The shape started going faster, and Mineta huffed in frustration. Hey, I said, wait up! Don't run away from me! She skated after them as fast as she could, and rambled in them within seconds, sending the spiraling shape to the floor. Hey, what's the big deal? Mineta's shrieked voice echoed through the halls, and Mina groaned. Of course, it had to be Mineta. She looked around the hall and froze when she saw Shinso, unconscious and completely stuck in a net of purple balls. You weren't partnered with Shinso for the exercise. There was just enough light for her to see Mineta roll his eyes. Yeah, no shit. Now just run away and maybe I'll let you live. What are you talking about? Mina scrambled to her feet. What are you doing with Shinso? None of your business, bitch, Mineta growled. No. Mina coated her hands with acid. You're trying to hurt one of my friends, so, duh. Yeah, it's my business. She skated by and tried to grab Shinso, only to get tripped by a barricade of sticky balls, landing right in her path. She managed to catch her footing again and turned back towards Mineta, dropping into a fighting stance, only to freeze as she realized the balls were dissolving as soon as they came in contact with her acid. Wait, that looks familiar. Mina's jaw dropped. I saw pictures of that on the news. You're Trapper. You're a villain. Nice of you to finally catch on, Mineta said dryly. Now get out of my way. Todoroki looked around the room when the lights went out, taking in the teacher's expressions with a growing sense of dread. The blackout isn't part of the exercise, is it? No, Aisawa said seriously. It isn't. Well, the plans to attack the camp obviously didn't work, Shigaraki said. So instead of abandoning the quest, they must have decided to keep going after their objective and attack UA directly. If they had the balls to do it, though, they didn't run it by me at all. Is there anything else you could give us? Nezu asked. I cannot imagine you would come here without leaving significant leverage. I can tell you the party members and their quirks, Shigaraki offered. They did the little side quest at the mall to try and hide them, which I didn't know about either, for whatever that's worth. Tsukuichi flipped to a new page in his notebook. You've got a deal. What are we up against? The most serious threats would be a fried chicken nugget called Dobby and a psychopathic bitch named Toga, Shigaraki said. Fire, powers, and a quirk that lets her look like anyone. But they both are smart and know what they're doing. In terms of immediate danger, though, you're looking at 2 escaped convicts, Muscular and Moonfish. I trust you don't need more info on them. Todoroki watched as Tsukuichi went pale. No, I think we know their threat level just fine. Shigaraki nodded. Okay then, outside of those 4, we got a couple of wild cards. Mustard can create poison gas. Magne has magnet powers. And Mr. Compress can do what it says name. Compress stuff into these tiny little marbles. They're all dangerous. Sensei wouldn't have recruited them otherwise. Very well, said Nezu. Aizawa, get a hold of President Mike. I think we have a use for radio communications. I will call Mayday and have her use telepathy to inform the students. Muscular grinned and chewed out his fist. How did I do, boss? This is about killing false heroes, not showing off, Spinner complained. Oh, come on now, Mr. Compress cut in. Destroying the wall of UA with one punch is quite impressive. See? Muscular flex. Someone appreciate my greatness. Now let's see some blood. Blood. Moonfish groans, sounding almost inspired. Finally, Spinner growled. We have to get to work. Yay! Toga jumped up and down. I get to drink all the little heroes' blood. This is going to be so much fun. Just make sure you get enough, Dobby said. Mustard covered our path, so the local heroes can't get back. Don't tell me what to do, Muscular growled. But even as he spoke, he was already letting off a large cloud of poisonous gas. These fake heroes won't stand a chance. Before we fight, just remember that Trapper has been exposed, Dobby warned. So if you see him, get him out. Oh, and Shigaraki's a traitor. So kill him, if you get the chance, and assume these heroes know your quirks. Heh, if that'll help him. Muscular cracked his knuckles. These heroes don't stand a chance. This really escalated. If something happens to my trauma boys, I will be mad. They better stay safe. Shigaraki finally had the courage to leave his manipulator. I don't want him dying. He dies, I rage quit YouTube. I won't rage quit YouTube. I don't know why I said that, but I will be very upset. I won't rage quit YouTube, but I will want to. I want them to be okay, and so far it's looking like all of the villains want to kill him. I wonder what's gonna happen when Shinso is Izuku and Mei themselves gonna go try to save Shinso. What's gonna happen there? How is this fight gonna play out? That's my thing. Is cheat code gonna get found out? What's gonna happen? I'm stressed. Stressed. And we have 9 chapters left. We have like a week and a half left. My heart. A week and a half. Ugh. I really enjoyed this fanfic, and we have a week and a half left. Oh god. I should probably start dropping hints onto the next fanfic that's gonna take up this slot. But while I'm pulling up that information, I really don't want something to happen to my Chama Boys. I really don't want the whole... What's that trope? I don't know if that trope has a name, but like, the character gets quote-unquote redeemed and then dies soon after saving everyone. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I really, really, really hate that trope because it's just lazy writing. I said it, it's lazy writing. The reason why I believe that it's lazy writing is because you're not putting in the effort of actually having this character have a redemption arc. In fact, it's not a redemption arc. The character just has the thought of wanting to be redeemed, then really quickly soon after dies before they get to be redeemed, in an attempt to be like, oh no, the person died. No, right? In Chigaraki's case, in this one, it wouldn't be necessarily like very lazy writing because we did get a redemption arc. It is a redemption arc, but it is a cop-out to what happens after, right? It is still lazy writing in the sense of not, oh, it's not a redemption arc, this is just a cheap redemption arc. No, it's a redemption arc. But we don't actually get to see the part where he is like, you know, the aftermath. You know, we get the part of like, oh yeah, he's getting redeemed. He doesn't want to do this. He reaches out. He is, you know, apologizing and stuff like that, right? But we don't get significant parts like the after. The after. We don't get the after, which is basically the apologizing to everybody he has hurt, atoning for his mistakes, learning to, you know, be good, stuff like that, where we get copped out of that and cheaped out of that. So I really hope that doesn't happen. I really, really hope that doesn't happen. It's like a big pet peeve of mine. Just the character gets redeemed and then soon after dies. It's for me, like I remember I talked to somebody who liked the trope, and it's like, yeah, I really, really, really enjoy that trope. And I was like, okay, why though? And they were like, I like the whole person dying soon after because it gives it that emotional death that, oh, they could have been, or oh, they died for everyone kind of thing. And I was like, okay, you could still get that without them dying soon after. And they were like confused. And I'm like, okay, a character is evil for, let's say, 2 seasons. Let's say this is talking about a show. 2 seasons, they're evil, right? Season 3, we start to see a bit of their point of view and how they're starting to change for the better, right? Season 3 is all of that, right? Just setting the groundworks for that. Little tidbits in here. Season 4 is even more tidbits. Instead, now it's more of open, like, actual actions. Like, instead of doing a mission, they don't because it's too, quote-unquote, it's too destructive or too much or too evil kind of thing, you know? Little small things of just, you know, things that happen and stuff. And then in season 4, they fully get, like, they get redeemed, right? They start the redemption path, not they get redeemed. Season 5, they're fully atoning for everything, you know, everything's going down. Season 6, they're completely atoned and stuff like that. Season, I don't know, a couple more seasons, like a season or 2, right? And then they get killed off, right? So my point is, have the whole redemption happen. And then, you know, have them connect with the characters. Connect with the audience. The audience aren't just like, oh, what could have happened, right? And then have the character die off in a heroic act. And that gives the viewers that whole, I watched them redeem. I watched them changed. And they died. It hits that much more because not only does the person know all the character's flaws, knows that the character can change for the better, and knows that this is a truly good character, and then gets killed. That for me is way more impactful than just a small once, you know, it's for me it's tad bit more cutting edge, you know? Also, I decided I'm not gonna hint at it because I haven't chosen. I just looked at my notes. I haven't chosen what's gonna take place of this, so ignore my little, I'm gonna give you a little hint. I don't have a hint because I don't have a replacement yet. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Join our community Discord server, link is in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.